Welcome to the bonus episode for February of Y Space.
I know. Hey, y'all.
February.
Which means we're already at the end of February.
Sheesh. I feel like it was just us freaking out about Christmas.
It was, but then January was a solid 700 days.
So, and then February was like 2 days.
But now we're like spring break. We got to start thinking about that, which is hard when it's freezing outside.
Oh, let me cry you a river as I stare at all my snow.
Thank you. Thank you. We did have flurries yesterday.
What?
Listen, if you stood real still and focused,
okay,
you'd see a few in the sky.
Were these real flurries, or was your blood pressure high and you were just getting the flurries?
No. Doug was like, "It's snowing out there," and I was like, "I literally just came in. It is not snowing." And he was like, "Yeah, go stand at the window." And so I stood real still. You had to really focus.
Yeah, it's been like negative 15 all week. The kids have been out of school all week. They went back today for, a couple hours just to check in.
Right. See if they remember how to do school.
They might as well just give this generation of kids a GED and let's call it good. Because we're talking COVID. We're talking these children. I don't know how they'll make it.
They might not.
Well,
it'll be interesting to see these kids like the high school and college age because their schooling is so different. No. Like what they've had to go through. No.
Yeah, and I love this isn't even part of the episode. I love their grandiose ideas. I don't know if your boys are like this, but Judd's like this. Like, Judd, what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, I'm going to play football and baseball and maybe some basketball all at the same time at 3 different schools. And I want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all of that's not going to work out at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's Ryder. No, he's just let me go to school, work on computers, and work from home for the rest of my life. But Grayson wants to be a cop, a paramedic, a firefighter, and a vet all at the same time. I was like, when are you gonna have time for like friends and family? And he was like, at night. And I was like, with that list, I don't think you have a night.
Look at his little servant heart, though. I mean, my child just wants to make money and wear like blinging gear, apparently. So that pretty much sums up our parenting as well, probably. Feels right. But it is
at least Judd's gonna give us events to go to.
God willing,
and come support.
God willing is all I can say. I don't care what sport we're doing; it's fine.
Right? Just do something. Just make sure that it's fun for us to watch.
Yeah, like I don't want to do like I don't know
lacrosse.
Oh well. We tried that, don't forget. So,
well, I mean, he can try it. That's fine, but please just don't land on it.
No, I need the ones where like I want to see celebrities at the games.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Be good. Yeah.
Make a lot of money.
Asking too much. That's possible.
Yeah. I mean,
if we're investing all of this time and money into it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Return the investment.
It's my whole life, so I'm do something.
Right.
So but a new bonus episode means a new round of questions.
Woohoo!
And I tried to kind of get some from different avenues of interest.
You did a good job. These are kind of all over. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll just go in order. So that means for you guys listening, it's going to jump all over the place.
Yeah.
So welcome to our brains and our texting conversations. Okay, this first one is from Kyla, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Looks like it.
I know what we all want from Taylor, him, Rep TV, but if you were Taylor, what would your next 2 years look like?
I mean, if we're really Taylor, the next 2 years are just me following Travis around. I don't know.
Okay, you're not an adequate Taylor then.
No. If I'm Taylor Swift, like I'm still taking some vacations. The girl's been working for a couple of years nonstop. I think vacations, I think she's obviously going to be doing some recordings during her downtime. If I'm Taylor, I'm also going to release a documentary because the people want it.
People are screaming for it.
And decorating a house. Listen.
Yeah, and some new space in Rhode Island, I hear. So
we found out that Travis got a dog. I don't know how long ago, but maybe you're working on training a dog.
I've seen some debate that potentially that was back when he was with the other one, and he had to give those dogs up. So
that was a new conversation.
I know. I thought it was weird too. I don't know. I would love to know. And I don't feel like that was the first time we've heard about a puppy.
No.
So I don't know. I would love to know and see this little dog. I feel like it's a doodle.
I mean, those are cute.
Feels like he feels like a doodle kind of guy.
He does.
Yeah, if I'm Taylor, first of all, I'm just living my best life. I feel like I don't stress near as much as I personally do.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going documentaries coming out on the Eras tour. I'm going to re-records this year. I'm going to Rep TV late spring, early summer.
Okay.
And I'm going debut for my birthday in December. Maybe early fall, because I'm going to probably put out TS12 like February-ish of 26.
Okay.
So I got to get that finished.
Obviously.
I'm obviously adding on to my home in Rhode Island, so got to do a little sprucing up there. I hear I'm looking at some real estate in Kansas City if you need some help. I don't know a lot about real estate, but I can probably help.
How many houses in KC do they need?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm down to help.
I just have questions.
Yeah. I'm definitely traveling. I actually would really like to get back into going to my friends' concerts.
Oh, okay.
I feel bad for her that like she hasn't gotten to go to like the shows of her friends she used to. And then I'm working on my movie.
Okay. Oh, I didn't think of that. That's good too.
I'm good. But yeah, and then I'm assuming I'm getting engaged. I mean, I don't know. I may already be married. I don't know.
Who knows?
That's what I would love for my year to look like. And you said the next 2 years, so next year would be TS12. If we go the 2-1-2-1 methodology, which seems to be the trend, you would get a new album next year. And then I would think we'd be married by then.
I mean, why not? Listen, if I'm dating Travis Kelce and he likes me, let's just go ahead and make this official.
I am going to go to the barber though, because I just need a haircut back.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. It can't be for a movie. I was trying to make that the excuse and give it a reason, but listen. And he's still friends with Patty Cuts. Patty's been in the suite. So we know whatever feud I thought was happening isn't happening.
I don't know, but it's got to change. It's not a good look.
Bad.
Yeah.
It's weighing him down, I think. I think that's why he's slower. It's not age.
Oh, that's probably it. Let me get on the Chiefs' Twitter and let them know, because I think they may be mistaken.
I'm telling you, buzz that thing, fix the face, beard stuff.
Yeah, we need it.
We're ready to go.
Tight, and we need this tight, and we're good.
Yep.
You are the tight end, so I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm ready. It's been a weird few weeks. They're clearly, obviously, on vacation. We've seen nothing. I need something. Becca knows I start to stress. I'm actually not stressed that there's been an issue in their relationship. It's just more I don't know what's going on. And I don't like that feeling.
Well, and I think we just need them to pop up somewhere, a date night, something. They didn't go to SNL, which surprised us both.
Well, we've got our Heart Radio coming up on, what is it, March 17th-ish?
I think it's March something.
They're both nominated. They're nominated for something together. Like, surely, she's getting the Tour of the Decade award. Surely this is our moment. Oh my gosh, we're not going to make through. We won't.
No.
But also in the Taylor vein, Joseph asked, is there a TS song that your opinion has changed on in a negative way, like you like it less, and vice versa?
Which, good question, because there's a lot of songs I think that people don't like, and then they're like, oh, it's not too bad.
But have you had one that's gone the other way?
So the one that I like less, I think, would be You Need to Calm Down. I liked it, and I do still like it, but I think maybe it just got overplayed. And so I'm like, I'm done with this now.
Okay.
But there's not been one that I like really enjoyed. And then later, maybe because I found out like what it was supposed to mean or anything, that I stopped liking it as much. So I really haven't had any of that. The one that I like more would be The Black Dog. I didn't really like
I really hope it's shitty in The Black Dog. It's
I
really
didn't like that as much, and you always talked about it, and you were like,
yeah.
"These lines are so good," and so I would try and
Yeah.
listen to it more and more, and the more I listened to it, I was like, "You know what? It is actually a really good song." So,
Yeah.
that'd be what I'd go with.
Speaking of the black dog, I saw this yesterday, and I've talked to you about this before. It was like one of those, I don't know, those chart chasing people on Twitter, and it was saying her top 5 streamed songs so far of the year. And I don't remember them all, but it was like Lover, Cruel Summer, Black Dog, and the freaking Cardigan. It's
Always
always the Cardigan. And I just don't understand.
there has to be like a niche group that just has it played on loop.
I mean, something, because it's always like one of her, if not the most streamed song. I don't understand.
So weird.
I just don't get it. And I try to make myself get it. I gotta be like, okay, I'm missing it. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
love this song. I listen to it, and I'm like, no.
And it's not that it's a bad song. It's
No,
just like I'm not gonna intentionally go out and type
no.
in to listen to.
No, I don't know. It's weird to me. Okay, so a song that I don't really have a song that like I used to love and now I hate. Like I don't have any like
Yeah.
passionate feelings like that. One that I used to listen to all the time, and I listen to it less. And I hope Aaron doesn't hear me because it's one of his favorites. Is The One.
Okay.
It's not that I dislike it now. I just am not as obsessed potentially as I was. And then one that I did not like and now I do like. Listen, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say it. I mean, Antihero has grown on me, and I think it's because I haven't seen the video in a really long time.
Okay.
And so I've just heard it, and I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So I think, again, as long as I don't see that weird, creepy video, I'm good.
I think that's fair.
I mean, I told you all along, it was the small people, the big people.
It doesn't make sense.
It was too much. But yeah, that's the only thing. I'm ready for some new ones, though. I did.
Yes.
Spotify put out a new. Remind me, you're not a Spotify person, right?
No.
But there's a new thing today on Twitter that was from Taylor Nation, and it was very early this morning. So I was like, what is happening? But it's like customize your own Taylor playlist from Spotify, and you like click these buttons, and it like scrolls all of her albums, and it's like select the album you think you've streamed the most lately. And so I marked Tortured Poets because that felt right.
Yeah.
And then it like spins for a minute, and then it creates a playlist for you. Now I don't know, because I'm gonna pull it up because I don't know about why they thought a few of these things, because like
did it create a playlist just from Tortured Poets?
No, it was like all over her albums, and a lot of it was very spot on, but then there was like Starlight. I don't like that song.
Right.
So I don't know why that was there, but it's weird. I just will say I don't know what it means.
Okay.
I know staring at the stars and counting centimeters or anything, but there is a lot of activity involving Spotify today with Taylor Nation.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, next up we've got from Vanessa.
Yeah.
Why not speculate? Don't you feel like if they are public figures, they open themselves up to it? If there was one Hollywood rumor you'd love to know the truth about, which one would it be? There's a lot to this question, Vanessa.
Yeah.
You are a typical question asker. You cannot limit it to one. So let's start at the beginning. For you, why not speculate?
Well, I don't think just because someone is a public figure means that we get to speculate about their private lives. Now, if it is someone who has become famous off of their relationship and everything that they share about them and their significant other, then I do think that has some lee room where you're like, hey, you haven't posted about your husband in a while. You guys, going through a divorce or something happened. I think that that's fair. But just because somebody's famous, like even take Taylor and Travis, who we talk about often and who are right now probably the most famous couple, they're famous in their own right. They're not famous because they date each other. And even though they might speak of each other every once in a while, they don't give us detail about their private life. So I don't think it's okay for us to then speculate on, are they married? Is she pregnant? Have they moved in together? Like all of those things. I do think that there has to be a line.
Yeah.
Obviously think it. I'm thinking it. I want to know those things.
Yeah.
But I just, especially like when you get online and you see these adult people that are posting these comments on things, and do you have no home training? Do you have no inside thoughts? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
I do oftentimes find myself concerned from the mental health well-being of our nation when it comes to this.
It's weird.
In fact, I got myself down a real weird rabbit hole today with some people that are Swifties that are, I don't even know these people on Twitter, but they're mad at each other. And they're mad at this one girl, Sarah, whoever she may be, because of whatever reason they're mad at her now. And so they're like calling her out for, she apparently like bashes the jet trackers, but then she like is commenting on the jet trackers with a burner account.
Okay.
And I can't judge because I do use my burners against Dumois, but you know, it's a whole thing. It's research too.
Obviously.
So when we say we don't speculate on this show, there's a couple of reasons behind why we say that. For me personally, one of the main reasons is we are Swifties, I guess. And there is obviously the lures of Swiftie world that like to speculate on Taylor's sexuality.
Yeah.
We don't like that. Like for us is a real ick feeling.
Right.
I don't care what her sexuality is. So that's not the ick feeling. It's that you're commenting on it.
Yeah.
And like obsessed with it and turning everything into that. And when she herself has said like, hey, I really wish that I could just be friends with people.
Yeah.
And like, you didn't always assume we're dating. To me, that's where I'm like, she's telling you, like, yes, she's a public figure, but she's like literally telling you. And so for us, when we say we don't speculate, because we do speculate about some things, like, is Travis going to retire? Like, when are we going to get TS12? When is Rep TV coming? Is it real? Becca doesn't think so. You know, that kind of thing. Like, that to us is not really what we mean. What we mean is like, we're not going to like, I'm never going to come on this show and be like, I think Taylor's pregnant. Like, it's just not going to happen. First of all, I just think that's like a female thing. Like, you just don't. You don't until they say it because you just don't know, you know? But also, like, yes, they are public figures and they do invite us into their lives with their art. And some celebrities do invite us more into their lives with what they divulge. That's fine. That's their choice.
Right.
I think like they get that choice. And I think like when we're like demanding it of people, like there's a mental health aspect there that's concerning to me.
I mean, because yes, you do know who they are because we see them on our TVs. But if you just randomly walk up to somebody on the street and you're like, hey, how are you and your husband doing? Or are you pregnant? Like, that's in essence what you're doing online. You know these people.
And it's like, to me, it makes you seem even stranger that you're doing this about a stranger.
Yeah.
Then, like, if I was to come up to you and be like, hey, are you still with Doug? Like, I know you. And, like, that seems applicable. I don't know her. Like,
some of the things people put in their comment sections on social media, I'm like, text it to a friend. I don't understand why we're.
I was just about to say, I saw something online the other day where somebody was having a confession time and they said, I feel very hypocritical because I too do not like to speculate about, you know, celebrities' lives, but I do go look at X, Y, and Z, right? Or I follow Perez Hilton or whatever. I don't feel hypocritical. Maybe I should. I just don't because I'm not fueling the fire.
Right.
I get that clicks help people and all of that, but I'm not commenting. I'm not like
sharing.
Yeah, I'm not like heading out. Now, I will joke with Becca when we hear that like her plane is headed to Kansas City.
Yeah.
I'll joke and be like, hey, should I head to the airport? Have I ever gotten in my car? No.
Right.
Have my happenstance been passing when it's happened? Yes. But like, I wasn't.
But I think that's the difference of like a healthy understanding of like, would it be super fun to go to the airport and see her? Heck yeah. Do I, as a rational human being, know that that's odd behavior? Yes. Yes, I do. And so then we choose to go about our own lives and worry about our own selves and our real friends.
Well, and I just think that like too, when we get into this, like when I worry about your mental health, I think that it's like a slippery slope. Then you become the stalker. And then like You're in her house, and it's just creepy.
Yeah.
Now you did ask, the other part of your question is, if there was one Hollywood rumor you'd love to know the truth about, which one would it be?
Is BJ Novak Mindy Kaling's baby's father? I want to know.
He has to be. We talked about this week with her. She got her star. I also wonder, this is another thing that I don't know the logistics behind. Maybe you do. Like, who decides when someone gets their star?
I don't know.
And like, yeah, I need to know more about that process. And is there a calendar of events? Like, because like if I knew one of my,
it's just random.
Yeah, it's just like a random Tuesday. What?
Yeah.
But if it's somebody I loved, I would love to go to the event. I mean,
he's always there. He's always present. They always speak so highly of each other. And if you watched while she was giving her speech or accepting it and all this stuff, like the way that he looks at her and just takes care of her, everybody needs somebody like that in their lives. Like it was just so genuinely sweet. But the rumors have been around for years. And so if I'm going to speculate and try and find something out, that I want to know what that dynamic really is.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many, and I'm really in my documentary phase right now. Documentary era. I'm actually kind of sad that we don't do Y Factor in this episode because I have a few for you, and I can't wait until we record Monday.
Okay.
But so I mean, there's obviously the big things like Diddy, all of that I really want to know. You know, I think if I really had to narrow it down. I'm still struggling because I have a lot of things in my head. I was leaning at first towards wanting to know, like, did Ray J kill Whitney Houston?
Ooh.
Like that. And then, like, because some more stuff has actually come out about that this week.
Oh, I've missed that.
Yeah. There's some weird stuff that's come out. Like, so I've kind of wanted to know that. I've also sort of wanted to know the like real truth behind Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy, and then she randomly dies. But then remember also the girl he was like dating got murdered too. Seems very interesting that continues to happen. I'm just saying. So those are some of my bigger ones that I would love to know. I think I think I might have to just stick with that because I mean, there's a couple of things I would really like to know about Taylor, but it's more around like timeline than rumor.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave that alone.
Okay. Well, if you have multiples, I also want to know about Britney Spears. I need to know what's really going on.
Well, I was also going to say, I really want to know if Robert Kardashian is really Khloe's dad. Not that I believe that it's OJ Simpson, because I actually don't think that, but I don't think that it's Robert Kardashian.
Listen, I could be convinced either way.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. This next one, I just want to go ahead and sincerely apologize that I have absolutely no starting point for your name. But you had a great question, and so I went with it.
Kayali?
Okay, great. I'm going to go with that. Sounds great.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for listening and submitting your question. Thoughts on the new Selena Gomez single with Gracie Abrams? I'm sure Mandy is thrilled. But thoughts on Selena putting music out again and working with Benny. So if you didn't know, Selena Gomez has a new album coming out that she has made with her fiance, Benny Blanco.
Yes.
Who is a very famous producer, has worked with everyone and has written songs with everyone. Tons of songs that he wrote. It's so weird to figure out.
Yep.
And yes, she just released a single yesterday with Gracie Abrams, none other than my favorite, Gracie Abrams. Becca, I feel like you have some heated feelings about this, so I'll go ahead and let you have the floor.
Okay. Well, I'm going to answer the second part first. Thoughts on Selena putting music out again and working with Benny. I love that for her. I love that she is putting music out again. I love that she's in a happy enough place to be like, you know what? I want to tap into this again. And to do it with someone that she's clearly so insanely comfortable with. And he is so insane. Listen, you can think whatever you want about Benny, but when it comes to music production and everything, he's very good at it.
I mean, he is, in this generation, he is probably top 3 to 5. I mean,
absolutely, easily. So I love that. I love that they're doing that.
Genres, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I think that that's great for them. Now, the song that they put out, and am I correct that Benny, Selena, and Gracie are the writers of this song?
Yes.
Okay. So first thought, as soon as I started listening to it, was this is a very Disney bop, is kind of what the music gives to. And then as they start to sing, once you get past the first verse, I was like, oh, this is shit. It's not good.
Oh my God. I did not know. I thought you were going to say like, oh, this sucks. I didn't know you were going to flat out say it. That is what she told me in text, but okay.
Yeah. I can't sugarcoat this one. Listen, I do believe this was probably, I think that they were hanging out. I think they had just gotten engaged. Gracie was over. They were all celebrating with some adult drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, you know what we should do? Let's write a song. And then in the inebriated state that they were in, they found 10 words in the English language. And they were like, let's just keep repeating these. And you know what? They're going to make so much money off of it. And so really, I'm jealous of it. But the song itself, not good. Not good.
So if you haven't heard it yet, the song is called Call Me When You Break Up.
Which is 90% of the words in that song.
I just assumed they had to be high. I'll be honest.
Okay, that makes more sense than the drinking.
Yeah, because Benny's pretty on the record always in his TikTok talking about getting high. It's a song that will probably do really well. Is it an award? It's not going to be nominated for a duo or anything like that. I don't think. There are rumors that SZA is on Selena's new album, and
I have heard that, and I'm excited to hear if that's
true. So let me ask first of all, do you like Selena Gomez's voice in general? In singing, not her speaking voice.
Her singing voice, yes, I do.
Okay. I enjoy her singing voice. I do not enjoy her speaking voice.
No.
Not as bad as Ariana Grande. Let's not get carried away. But I was excited that she was putting out music. I thought it was really funny that she had literally said, I'm not putting out any music. And then it came out the next day and she was like, gotcha. Yeah. I thought that was very Taylor-esque, and it was funny that they had just been together. And so I thought that was really funny. I love that she did this album with Benny because first of all, he's super creative and talented. He's at the Jack Antonoff level for me when it comes to music production. And I think it's like TS12. We're all super pumped about that because Taylor's in love and she's happy now and blah, blah, blah. Same for Selena, because for so long it's been we're all cutting our wrist over Justin Bieber.
Right.
But listen, that's the thing. So I'm super excited to hear the rest of the album. I am a huge Gracie Abrams fan. This is not it for me. It just
sounded very young.
Yeah, and something I don't enjoy is Selena seems to have taken on Gracie's kind of persona in the promos for it, like how she's wearing the little clips right here in her hair, and I don't know, that's just not my thing. Be you,
right?
So yeah, it's not a great song, but I'm super excited to see the album. And man, if she really did something with SZA, I cannot wait.
I'm hoping she released this. She's like, it's not my favorite. Let me just toss this out there. And then the album drops and we're like, oh.
Well, we've talked about it on here before. We don't really know exactly. And it's probably different for every artist how singles get picked. We have beef with it. I don't think this was actually supposed to be the lead single. From what I heard, it was supposed to be another song that had a different title. And last minute change, they switched to this one. So I don't know why. I will say I have seen the speculation that everyone said that they wrote this song about one of their mutual good friends. And so, of course, everyone is like, oh, it's about Taylor. I don't know. It doesn't help make the song any better.
Right. I don't care who it's about.
But I am excited to hear the rest of the album. I'll give you that.
Yes, I'll for sure listen to the others.
All right, let's switch gears and talk football for a minute. From Rich. Tell me your top 5 NFL players not from the Chiefs and why.
listen, I started putting some names and then I was like, oh, Chiefs.
It's tough. All your faves and they're good.
I know. So I didn't rank these like in a specific order, so I'll just go through them. Jameis Winston, not a great football player. Oh,
hold on. Before you do this, they asked for 5. I'm going to guess 3 of your 5 are from Alabama.
1, 2, just 2.
Okay, I'm shocked. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. So I did Jameis Winston. Is he a fantastic football player? No, he's not.
He's terrible, but okay.
No. But he's fun. He's fun to watch. He's fun to listen to. Yeah. I love listening to him on 4th and 1 when he's not fixing a tush push. He's not going to do play. My face will be up against that TV trying to listen to what he says because he's always saying like, "Gosh dang it, jump!" Like something. My other one, Baker Mayfield. I think I just enjoy watching genuine guys that like genuinely are just having fun playing the game. Mm-hmm. Like they understand, yes, it's my job, but like I get to play a football game for my job. So, and he also seems really nice off the field, like a good dude. Josh Allen, again, genuine guy, great football player. I think he's a really good leader, not only on his team, but in the NFL as a whole. I enjoy him. Landon Dickerson. I loved him in college. Listen, I remember watching him. Seems to be a down-to-earth guy. Yeah. So I have really enjoyed him. And then my other one, Derrick Henry. He's been a beast since college, too. So I've always enjoyed watching them.
Shocked by your list. I mean, it's a great list, but I am shocked. And you did go a little more personality than talent.
I did. I feel like that's how I tend to watch the NFL guys, though. Like, I really get into college football and my team. But then, like, once you get into NFL, I really like more of the personalities.
Yeah. Okay, I went CJ Stroud. I just love him. I love him on a personal level too, I think. I mean, not like personally, like know each other, but he seems like he seems like
We're not stalkers.
Yeah, no, I know nothing really about him other than his dad's in prison. That's really all I don't even know. Oh yeah, he went to Ohio State, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that part. I like him a lot. Saquon Barkley. First of all, just his redemptive arc of his career, I have loved. I love that he came to the defense of Taylor, but he also just seems like a really good guy.
Yes, he does.
Oh my gosh, I just forgot my other ones. Oh, I also went with Josh Allen. He just seems like, first of all, he is insanely talented. We don't love that as Chiefs fans, but he really is.
Yeah.
Because you have to think about it really from a weapons perspective. He's really never had a ton of like really good weapons. I mean, please don't argue Stephon Diggs. So
get out of here with that.
And yet they still, now sure, they haven't made it yet, but he still gets there with nothing. Like that's insane. And he just seems like a genuinely good guy. I always forget with him because he went to school in Wyoming that he's not from Wyoming, that he's actually from California, because he doesn't have that vibe at all to me.
No.
He has like, I grew up on a farm in Wyoming vibe to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. I went with Jordan. I don't know how, I don't know how you say it. The Eagles lineman.
Mailata.
Yeah. First of all, everything that he does with Jason on their album that they do for the Autism Foundation, but he's hilarious.
So
like
funny.
I was reading some of his comments from the Super Bowl and stuff. He just makes me laugh. And then, yes, surprisingly, I also went with Baker Mayfield because I did not enjoy Baker in college.
No.
I thought he was kind of a douche canoe.
He did come across that way, yes.
But he has really, first of all, he's been through the ringer with his career. Mm-hmm. But what he's doing down in Tampa it's impressive, honestly. But he has like turned into a really good guy, it seems like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Johnny Manziel. I feel like I like him now as a person.
Yes. When he was at Texas and when he played for the Browns and all that, no. And I think even he didn't like himself then.
Yeah. I think we're all.
I'm like, I actually think you might be a decent dude.
Yeah.
Still crazy, but decent dude.
All right. So this one is a little bit about what we were talking about earlier with the speculation. This is from Nicole. Does the personal lives of artists, and then in parentheses it says Hollywood or music, impact your thoughts on their work, like 1975 and Maddie Healy?
Good question.
It's a loaded question, but okay.
Right. And as much as I don't think it does, I do think it creeps in some.
Yeah.
Am I going to listen to Maddie Healy in 1970? No, but I wouldn't have listened to them anyway. That's just not my style of music. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll even take Taylor Swift, her personal life, everything that she says and stuff. I don't agree with her 100%. There's a lot of things she does or says that I'm like, not my vibe, but I love her music. And I think that what she puts out as an artist is great. I don't need to agree with everything you do in your personal life to think that your art and how creative you are or good at your craft. I'm good with that. So obviously it's going to, I think, play some role into what your thoughts are on certain songs. But I think I would still listen to people that maybe I don't approve of or like your personal stance or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Since Nicole specifically mentioned 1975, my problem with the 1975 is actually not Maddie Healy in general. It's just, and here's the thing, I can listen to the 1975 and enjoy it. Now, am I going to be like, repeat? No.
Right.
But I can listen to the 1975 and enjoy their music. I can't stand to watch them. And that's fair. Because of Maddie Healy. I don't enjoy the whole, like, you are like smoking the entire time. You're also like drunk, falling everywhere. Like,
yeah.
And it's also like he does all this like artistic stuff. I don't know. I just can't. That's not my.
That's lost on us. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't think it necessarily has to do with like Maddie Healy in general, because here's the thing. We don't know for sure anything about Maddie Healy. We all speculate a lot of things that we think, right. We don't know. So that doesn't really impact me. He's just kind of a weird dude that like, whatever. But a lot of people would say Jack Antonoff is really weird.
Right.
And that doesn't impact the fact that I love the Bleachers. So, yeah. But like, okay, Billie Eilish, for instance, I've complained about her on here incessantly. That has nothing, for me, has nothing to do with like, I mean, do I enjoy the way she dresses? No. But that's not why I don't like her music. I just think it's boring. If we want to talk about Blake Lively, because I felt like you wanted to mention her, I don't have to.
Are you just talking about music?
It said Hollywood or music. Thank you.
I was thinking just music.
Anyway, I will continue.
So I'm so sorry. Please talk about Blake.
Yes. I don't have to like think you're the nicest person on the planet to enjoy your work or think you are one of the most beautiful people on the planet. Okay.
This is also why Mandy and I are friends, because she doesn't have to think I'm nice at all.
Yeah. I mean, so it does not impact me. I do think sometimes, I mean, it's just human nature. If like we just don't like somebody, we're not going to be like I'm not going to hang their posters on my wall. Like you're never going to see the 1975 poster behind me, right? Like it's just not going to happen. Yeah, like with Taylor, like there's things politically and even in just other ways that like, maybe not the stance I would take or the way I would do it. Does not change at all the way I feel about her music, Yeah. So I don't know. Now, if somebody does something like horrendous, like I'm sorry, like if I was a Diddy fan before, which I wasn't, but if I was now, yes, I probably would not be a Diddy fan.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't really know anybody that was. So
me either. Somebody was, because he was making a lot of money.
Yeah, but yeah. All right, this is from Joyce.
I love how they worded this.
I do too. What are we thinking about this Meghan Markle latest stunt? Why the name change? Will she ever be successful? What would you do business-wise if you were, I think it's supposed to say her.
Listen.
That's a lot of questions. We'll just start at the beginning. What are we thinking about this latest Meghan Markle stunt?
Ma'am, it's wild. Here's the thing. She has come out and she has now, because was it last year? She came out and said she was starting this like lifestyle brand. Was it like American Riviera, Maya del Toro? I don't know. It was a whole bunch of words that did not go together.
Right. Yeah.
And she came out and she had one jam that she put in PR packets to all of her celebrity friends. But then like, I don't think she ever sold it.
I don't even bought it.
Like nothing ever happened. So now this year she has come out and has a Netflix show that's going to be starting maybe in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And so that ended up getting put on pause because of the Palisade fires. Here's what I think happened. I think that Netflix came on and because they're doing this Netflix show with you, they also wanted part in your business ventures. But they were like, listen, American Riviera del Toro didn't work. And so we got to rebrand that before we're going to jump in and partner with you. Because Meghan comes out, releases this like supposed to be authentic, genuine, just her hanging out of the house video.
Yeah.
Where she says that her new brand name is As Ever. And that this was her plan back in 2022.
Always the plan.
Always the plan. Here's what it was. I think you stuck a whole bunch of names on a wall. As Ever was probably one of them, but you went with the American whatever. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think that Netflix then was like, listen, we gotta go back to the drawing board. And so you picked this one. Here's the problem. You've picked this one. You've picked the logo. Not only is As Ever the name of a clothing brand in New York City, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But you're
into any of this.
No. Then the logo is also very similar to the flag of a small town in Spain that has come out and they've said, please change it. Like they're considering legal action. It baffles me that she pulls all of these stunts and has nothing thought out. She gives me, which is a very weird thing to say for someone who lives in the home that she lives in and is of the status that she is. She gives me very much the get rich quick scheme vibe, which is odd. Why do you need to? But that's exactly what it is. Like you're trying to come out as genuine, but you are anything but. It's just so crazy.
Yeah. The little video that she put out recently explaining that it was going to be called As Ever and it was previously American Riviera, Santana, whatever. Have you ever noticed that in her videos, even if he's not in them, she always makes sure that you hear Harry?
Yep.
And at the beginning of that video, he's like, it's recording. Like, why did we not trim that? That was so weird.
Like, you don't know how to record on your phone.
And like, we know you're married to him. This is not new to us.
Right.
Yeah, I just think every idea they have does not work.
Well, but I think a lot of it too is they don't want to put the effort into it. He's used to having a team around him that handles everything. But she now assumes that like, I don't have to be genuine and authentic. I can just maybe have an idea and then I'm just going to pay people to come up with it. And then I'll be the one that presents it. Well, that's not authentic to you at all.
No. And, so previously, if you're not familiar, when Meghan Markle was on Suits, and I think even before that, she had a lifestyle blog kind of thing called The Tig. And I mean, I don't know that it was more than that, right? It was just kind of like a online website. Like it wasn't a brand, right? Like there weren't products or anything. Yeah. So I did see somebody made a meme, and I wish I had sent it to you because I don't think I did. But it was basically like, is Meghan Markle trying to reinvent Pinterest? Because he has like posted this like vision board of what As Ever's going to be, and it literally looks like Pinterest.
Yeah.
So I just think with everything they do, nothing turns to gold.
Right.
It always falls dead. So will she ever be successful? I mean, listen, she's a gazillionaire. If she wanted to walk back into the new Suits show, they've said they would welcome her with open arms. Like she's always got something that could work. It's the things she's choosing that don't work. Like she could go back to acting today and she would make a lot of money.
But then she wouldn't be the star.
Yeah.
She's not star material. She's not going to be the main character.
No, even though I've like I've been watching Suits on TikTok for like 2 years now. She's terrible.
She's not great.
She's literally terrible. So, but will she be successful? I mean, what do you define success? She's married to a prince. She's got a lot of money, a lot of property. She's got 2 healthy kids. Like, I mean, she's successful.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Now, you also asked Joyce what would you do business-wise if you were her?
Well, if I'm her, I think your best course of action, let's take a couple of years off.
Okay.
Let's get off the screen.
Sunset, yeah.
Yeah. Let's take some time off. Let's figure out what you actually want to do. Stop trying to, what's going to get me money? What do I actually want to do? Come up with a game plan and have everything thought out. Your merchandise purchase, like everything is taken care of before you try and launch it. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of her stuff is this didn't work, so let's launch this. This isn't working, let's launch this. But you're launching things saying coming soon, but then nothing comes because you didn't actually have a thought out plan. Yeah. So I think she's not going to be successful until she releases something that is actually like, hey, this is what we're doing. And tomorrow everything gets released for it. Like, it's just, it's so not thought out. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, because they've got people around them. Well, but maybe they have people around them that are saying this is not a good idea. Let's not launch. And she's like, well, I want to do it anyway. I mean, so that's why it's coming out.
All the people around them quit all the time.
All the time. All the time.
I don't know. Honestly, if I'm Meghan Markle, I think I just become an actress again. Just a supporting actress, because I don't know. Yeah. Like, I think one of the best things Harry has done, aside from his military career, obviously, is like creating the Invictus Games.
Yes.
Right. And it's not like this big splashy thing, but it's like a very impactful thing. But that's Harry. That's like, seems to be his heart. I don't think she's got that. I mean, I'm not trying to judge, but she doesn't strike me as that kind of person.
His lane is very much like the speaking engagements. I bet you he gets paid a buku amount of money for speaking engagements. Mm-hmm. Go into that lane. Do that. Let her do a couple of acting roles. But again, I think it just goes back to she's not good not being the center of attention and the star.
Yeah.
So she's always going to try and weave her way into something. And that's why it's half-assed all the time.
Yeah. All right. This is from Tara. Take a movie from your childhood and recast with stars of today. We've had this question either verbatim or very similar before, but I thought let's throw it in again and let's see what we got.
Let's do it. So I recasted Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I tried to do it with more current day people. And I only recast like the 3 main people. So Robin Williams' character in Mrs. Doubtfire, I'm going to do Ryan Gosling there. I think he would be so funny playing
the
part.
Good one. Yeah.
So funny. For Miranda, Sally Field's character, I went Emily Blunt because she has like that womanly side, but then that side where like she looks like she easily gets ticked off, which is what Sally Field's character did often.
Yeah.
I don't know that Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling always look good together, but in Mrs. Doubtfire, they're not really a couple, but for like the first 10 minutes. So it was okay. And then for Pierce Brosnan's character, who is then married to Sally Field's character, I went with Patrick Dempsey from Grey's Anatomy.
Okay. I like this.
He's got that older, like distinguished look, very handsome, like, doing much better as he ages.
Like okay. That's what I have to say. This is one of your best recastings.
Thank you. I've not been doing great on the recast lately, so I needed.
Well, we did. I did pipe down on some of them for a little bit because it does take a lot. The reason I know that we've had this question similar before is because I still love my idea of having Little Giants remade with Travis and Jason coaching the girls teams. I still really love that idea.
I love that.
But I went with Father of the Bride.
Okay. I love that movie.
I know. And I'm just going the first one. Like, look, we can't get into all the subs.
No, it's too much.
Different things. Okay. So ironically for the dad, for Steve Martin's character, I actually went Patrick Dempsey as well.
Oh, that's good.
I have a bit of a Grey's Anatomy arc with this, okay?
Hey.
So for Diane Keaton, I actually went with Ellen Pompeo.
Look at you. That's a really good recast there.
Oh, really? All right.
I know.
Listen, you're nervous.
You know this is our lane. This is our lane now.
You're nervous, aren't you, about where I'm going?
I'm a little nervous.
Okay. So I'm a little nervous too. Okay. So Kimberly Williams Paisley is obviously I don't know that you could say, I guess she is the main character of the movie. She kind of has that mousy appeal, right? And kind of like childlike, okay. I'm just trying to work this up. Because I have given this person for another role before and you really did not like it. I went Emma Roberts.
That's not a horrible pick.
Okay. Because my other one was Millie Bobby Brown.
That would have been a horrible pick.
Okay, because see, I'm always trying to make that work and you never like it.
But to be fair, I'm never going to like her in anything, I don't think. And I don't know why.
No problem. Yeah, why? She's fine.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, well. And then for the groom, I went Jacob Elordi.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, look at you.
Right. I stopped there because, well, you could just go a million directions. The only other thing that I did fulfill was, what's his name? The quirky guy that is the wedding planner.
Martin Short.
Martin Short, yeah. James Corden.
You know what? If you were making it modern day, he would absolutely fit that role.
Okay. Yeah. I get so nervous because Becca is real judgmental about my reading. But yeah,
I want to say that you're wrong, but it's who I am to my core.
I mean, listen, that Britney Spears thing I'm still got some PTSD. But yeah, so that's what I came up with.
I like it. Okay.
All right, this is from Lance, and this is actually the second part of this, a question I have honestly never thought of.
Me either.
I don't know if that's weird, but let me tell you guys what the question is. Thoughts on NFL games abroad, and what about expansion teams? Where would you like to see a new NFL team? Y'all, I have never thought of that.
I guess I just assumed it wasn't a possibility. Like, you can't have more than the teams that we already have.
Well, so again, I wondered because it was just announced this week, Cleveland is getting a new WNBA team, which apparently they had one back in the day. The NBA has expansion teams. The Seattle Supersonics became the Oklahoma City Thunder. So there's things like that happen. So the last thing I remember happening is like the Texans became the Texans and the Oilers became the Titans.
Yeah.
Which has always confused me. Yeah. That's the one thing I remember. So I don't know, like, do we have a new rule or is this just, we just don't do it?
I do wonder, like, how do we go about saying we've got a new team? Like, could you and I start a team? I mean, maybe we would have to have some financial backing.
Yeah, I was going to say, Judd asked me this week if we could get an NBA team here in Kansas City, and I was concerned that he thought that we personally in our home could do that. We cannot, but it seems like a fantastic idea for someone with money.
Yeah.
So what do you think about, let's start with the games abroad. What do you think about that?
So, and I will put this around, I just don't understand the abroad things. Yeah. I get that maybe you're trying to get a wider audience. Do we need a bigger audience? I don't think so.
Taylor brought in billions. What do we need? I mean,
right. I guess it's just one of those things where, like, I don't understand why you need to go over there. I don't feel like it's well thought out. We're putting people in Brazil when it's like insanely hot.
Yeah, people die.
I don't think we're putting our NFL players in safe situations either. You're also adding on this immense travel time for their bodies and recovery. So to me, this definitely shows that you don't have the players' best interest when you're making decisions. It's solely a financial thing. So I'm not gung-ho on these abroad games. Is it fun to do that once every couple of years just to do something different? Sure, go for it.
I don't like the abroad games. First of all, if you guys don't know, we really struggle with time zones.
We do.
like we thought we were done with that with the Eras Tour. Now it's like,
and we weren't.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, the thought out part. Yeah. And you really hear a lot of mixed reviews from the players themselves.
Yeah.
They don't love
I think the younger rookie ones are like, oh, this is fun. But the older guys that have been in it, they're like, this messes up our whole routine. Now we're on an airplane.
Yeah, and then families, and it's a whole thing.
If somebody gets injured, we're not leaving them in a hospital in Brazil.
Well,
now we got to fly them back with like, it's just.
Didn't that happen
probably
in the Eagles game? Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Maybe. It feels like it did.
Yeah, it's just I don't love that part. Now the expansion team, I love the idea. I don't know how it works. It does seem like it would be an issue, but I mean other leagues do it, so it's got to be possible.
I bet it's like a memo. Like you have your financial letter, like if you're buying a house that says, hey, I have X amount of dollars. And then you like petition Roger Goodell and you're like, hey, this is my full business case and plan. Here's how much money I have. I bet that's all it is. It's got to be that simple.
Well, I mean, if it's that easy, I'll just look up his email address and over.
We can Google a template for a good business plan.
I bet ChatGPT can come up with that.
Exactly.
Just it gave us the awards for the year that Doug gave us. Okay, where would you have one?
Well, because of how I don't like to spend money, I'm going to put it in San Antonio.
Oh, God. Nobody wants to go to San Antonio. You don't even want to go to San Antonio.
I don't, but I'm here, so we might as well make the best of it.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it here because then I don't have to pay for airfare. I don't have to pay for hotels. I can just drive my little happy self over there. So I think San Antonio would be great. Listen, do I think the Dallas Cowboys, like their facilities and where they are is fantastic location for them? Absolutely. But maybe we could just sell them, move them to San Antonio.
Okay.
Listen, nobody likes the Jones family. They're all getting tired of them. So do a complete redo on it. Just ship them over here.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm sure we've got land somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know that I see this working out, but maybe. I mean, maybe.
Where are you going to put your team?
Potentially. Well, I had a question for you, actually.
Okay.
You lived in St. Louis.
Yes.
Why did it not work out for the Rams in St. Louis?
So I think that was an owner thing because either they were moving or they wanted all of their finances over there because it was not, St. Louis as a whole was not happy when they left.
Well, okay, so that was kind of my thought. So here's what I was thinking. I was thinking you're like pretty dead center in the United States, right?
Yeah.
Big sports town. I
Huge.
mean, the Cardinals, but I know you people love them. And the hockey team, what is it? The Blues or no?
I almost said the Stars, but that's Dallas.
Yeah,
it is the Blues. St. Louis Blues.
People are obsessed with that. You're right, it is. I feel like St. Louis makes sense.
It did, and it did really well when it was here.
Yeah, so I think it's very weird. The other thing that I kept thinking about was I kept coming back to Boston, and I know you're going to say, but the Patriots, they're Foxborough. True. And so I could kind of see a vibe sort of like the Giants and the Jets if we had a team in truly Boston.
That's fair.
I don't know, but I would know my big choice was St. Louis. I think it makes the most sense.
It does make sense to put one there. I do think that'd be a great town. But
now, if we do buy this, I don't want to live in St. Louis.
You could live in the suburbs outside of St. Louis.
Here. I'm gonna stay here.
Well, that's fair too. Listen, we'll just get a jet and we can just
3 hours away. That's like a 10-minute flight. I mean, okay. Y'all let us know if you want to chip in. Maybe we'll start a GoFundMe.
Listen, I don't see how that could fail.
No, seems like a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go that this is Camilla.
Yeah.
Camilla.
Apologies
again. A Kiss, Marry, Kill. We haven't had one of these in a long time.
We haven't.
So I felt like it was time. And this is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, Sebastian Stan. And she said, little Marvel love. So showing some love to our husbands. All right. What do you have?
Okay. So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure whoever Camilla is probably much younger than us. I had no idea who Sebastian Stan was.
No, Becca, she's not younger than us. I mean, I don't know. No offense to her, but
is he not like an I don't know what's in.
Well, first of all, he was in Gossip Girl. I mean,
I didn't watch that.
He used to date Leighton Meester. And he's Winter Soldier.
I don't know what any of those words mean that you just said.
For the love of God. Doug should be embarrassed completely. You tell him, after this episode, I'm going to need a report back on what he says that you don't know who Winter Soldier is.
Whoever he is, I'm going to kiss Sebastian.
Oh, yeah, he looks like he'd be a good one. Go ahead.
Right? I think so. I'm going to marry, listen, because I have always thought he is hot, Chris Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the beard and the glasses, and he's grown out a little bit. Looks good. So I'm going to marry him. And I'm going to kill Chris Pratt real quick. Gives me weird vibes.
Okay, so
real creepy vibes.
I don't know that this happens very often. We have the exact same answers, except I don't know who Sebastian Stan is.
Sure.
Of course, clearly. He just looks like he might be fun to make out with. I'm not going to lie. Chris Evans, no doubt. Listen.
100%.
Okay. Yeah. Chris Pratt, yeah. He gives me the ick.
So fast.
He is so annoying. He gives such ick. It literally makes me not like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like, it's that kid that needs to be told constantly, oh, no, you're funny. That was really good. You did a good job. Gold star.
Yeah.
I cannot. You're not funny. You're real weird.
Real creepy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what it is, but he reminds me of somebody that should belong to a certain denomination. I think you could track with me, but yeah, just so much ick, so much ick. But yeah, so that is our February bonus episode.
You guys, those were good questions.
Great questions. Keep them coming. So far we're good with TikTok still. If things turn south, you know where to find us on Instagram.
That's right.
But thanks for listening. Keep your questions coming, and we'll be back this next week with our first guest episode, and we're super excited about it.
Yep.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, y'all.